Slave, the show we post once or twice a month, maybe once, I don't know. We used to play 30K, we still do, and we're going to do that today.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
See you at the post-game show for another...
We're just not FAQs, fuck it. Matt's back.
Yes.
He's got his...
Imperial Fists, it's here! I've been promising forever.
Mustards with the custodes.
They're here.
I like that one.
I like that one. Clarence has something unusual today.
I have Raven Guard.
I haven't seen those in a couple months. Maybe?
So I think this is the first channel's All Loyalists Battle Report. Yeah.
The Civil War starts here, ladies and gentlemen. Right at this moment. So 2,500 points, 3 objectives. Lazily put together board by myself, but I did it quickly. We got some Necron terrain, or Necromunda terrain. Necron terrain. We got some old school shit. We got, you know, stuff we won't talk about. Anyway, yeah, so we're back with armies and not terrain.
2,500 points of Imperial Fists and a small contingent of Custodes. So today, it's being led by none other than Sigismund, and his warlord trait is the Slayer of Kings. Probably not going to get that today. I also have Alexis Pollux as my second HQ choice. For troop choices, we have a 10-man tactical squad with a sergeant with Artificer Armor, a Power Fist, a Melta Bomb. There's a Vox in the squad, and they all have close combat weapons. Rounding out my second HQ choice is a 5-man Templar squad because of Sigismund. They've got combat shields, power swords, but those are kind of base. The Templar champion has a Solarite power gauntlet. They all have Melta Bombs. And there's also a Vox in there too. We've got a 5-man Terminator squad in the back, all with Combi Plasma, 2 Chain Fists, 3 Power Fists. 5-man Plasma support squad with 4 Plasma guns. Combi Plasma on the Sergeant, because it's free. Artificer Armor, and they all have close combat weapon upgrades. 5-man Legion Heavy Support Squad with 4 las cannons. The Sergeant has Artificer Armor, a Melta Bomb, and he has a scanner for deep striking shenanigans that may or may not be possible in today's game. We also have a Dreadclaw that's been repainted twice now, for those of you close at heart. A Scorpius, and to round out my allies today, we have Janetta Cruel, a 4-man Custodian Guard Squad with a Vexilla and a Mastercraft Power Sword, and 3 Adrathic Spears. And we also have the Telemalon Dreadnought today with the Laser Cannon of Doom, the Cerastus Power Fist, and Cestus, whatever. And this is all new model Syndrome, so we're going to get kicked in the teeth today. And that's 2,500 points.
2,500 point Raven Guard list. I'm using Decapitation Strike for my Rite of War. I have Corax, so he's my warlord. No other options possible. For my HQ choices, I have a Bare Bones Centurion. He's got a close combat weapon and bolt pistol, and nothing else, because I need to keep him cheap. I have a Damocles Command Rhino. Again, just bare bones, not that it has tons of upgrades. I have 2 10-man tactical squads. The sergeants both have Combi Melta, Melta Bombs, Artificer Armor, and Infravisors. I have 2 9-man Mordathan squads. They each have 3 plasma guns. The sergeants have Artificer Armor and Melta Bombs and Infravisors as well. They're each in Rhino with Multi-Melta and extra armor and plows, dozer blades. I have 3 Outriders with the twin plasma guns. I didn't give them Melta Bombs because I didn't have the points. I have 2 5-man tactical support squads with plasma guns and drop pods, and the sergeants have Artificer Armor, Melta Bomb, Infravisors. And I have a box Dreadnought in pod from the new FAQ. Has a multi-melta, and that's it. The combi bolter under slum, and in a pod. That's my 2,500 points. I want to roll off to see deployed first, and I deployed on the side. I have my Centurion and some of my Damocles here. I have Corax next to him, kind of hidden by a lot of the stuff. And then everything else went to reserves and infiltrate. So for infiltrators, I have a tactical squad here. The objective, I have a tactical squad here, kind of in the midfield. I have a Mordathan squad that's slightly scouted up, and on this other side I have another Mordathan squad that is also scouted up. So that's it for me, and everything else is in reserves. Alright, so in reserves I have my 3 drop pod units, and I have outflanking outriders.
So I lost the roll off because I can't roll higher than a 2. Anyway, so we have my Scorpius here, my Telemon Dreadnought, my 4 Custodes in Cruel, slightly behind there, and my Legion Heavy Support Squad up here. The idea is, I know Clary has drop pods coming in, so I'm trying to use my area strikes as best to my advantage. So we'll come back with my reserves. Don't forget we have our Fear the Flying special rules in case you see that for all the internet hate we get. So back with our reserves. Right. So here's my reserves. I have Sigismund and his Templar brethren in the Dreadclaw drop pod. Alexis Pollux will be coming on normal reserves with the tactical squad because I didn't want them blown off the table with all the nastiness that Clary has. My Terminators have teleportation, so they'll be coming down, and because I brought Alexis Pollux, I decided to give my Plasma Support Squad Deep Strike as well. So lots of Deep Strike and fun, and that's the end of my reserves. So I'm going to steal the initiative. Haven't played a game for 6 months, so we'll see how it goes. That's a 4. Raven Guard turn 1.
Raven Guard turn 1, just starting back here, move my Damocles up. I didn't use its bombardment this turn, just kind of getting into position. I moved my tactical marines kind of over more towards the objective. My Mordathan squad there, they moved up and stayed in their tank. They took a pot shot at the side of the Scorpius. The blocked the multi-melta, and then I killed both my plasma gunners that shot off out the top. So that was pretty fun. I brought down a Dreadnought of my drop pod, and it 2-shot at the Scorpius, but missed. I moved corax up between these 2 pods, just kind of be scatter shot, protected, snapshot. I brought down one of the 2 plasma support squads that I had to, and they shot at the custodes. They did like 7 wounds out of potential 10 because I did shoot one of the guys. But Matt passed like 5 out of the 7 5-up, so that was really good. And I also blasted him with Mordathan. Didn't get too many rends, but like I did kill 3 of the custodes and put a wound on Kroll, so that pretty good. And the last multi-melta was actually the first to shoot at the Scorpius and used its marker light for night fighting, but or not its marker light, its searchlight, but didn't really amount to much, as you saw. Nothing happened to the Scorpius. So that's it for my turn 1. We'll see you guys at the end of Imperial Fists turn 1.
Imperial Fists turn 1. Shooting was kind of lackluster with the night fighting going on. So we'll start with my Heavy Destroyer squad. 4 hits, or 3 hits and penetrations into the Rhino that made all 3+, 4+ cover saves for night fighting. That sucked, so they did their job real great. The Scorpius bombarded into the Plasma Support Squad. I killed 2. 1 or 2 was passed by the Sergeant with Artificer. They ended up running. That was really good. The Telemon, I couldn't have a Distraction Carnifex running in my lines, so it shot and then Hammer of Wrath it into the ground. And finally...
That was First Blood, right?
That was First Blood, yes, thank you. And finally, I had Cruel and her Custode charging into the Mordathan. I cut down 5 on the charge. I rolled incredibly poorly for my sweeping advance, so they ended up getting away. The parents rolled a 3, and I did take a wound in combat, so they're almost dead, but they did pretty good, I guess. Oh, and the drop pod came down. I flat outed it. Siggy and company is in there, so I hope I can use him next turn. That's the end of turn 1.
Raven Guard turn 2. All my reserves came in because I got the Damocles to give me the +1. So starting over here with one of my reserves, the Bikers that came in from this flank. I tried to mob everything up to charge down his Dreadclaw, because if you basically line it up to fully surround the base, and he doesn't have room to disembark his dudes, they'll die. Unfortunately, I failed this charge, and I just couldn't quite close the door, so he survived with half his squad. But, and they'll be slaying dudes left and right, and all that fun stuff that Sigismund does. My Damocles unleashed a bombardment on his Devastators. I scattered 2 inches, so I only clipped 3 of them, and then I rolled 2 1s, so I only killed 1. But now that we're here, my other Plasma Support Squad came in and blasted Kroll and her dude off the table. The preferred enemy characters are really, really strong with Decapitation Strike. My Rhino there took a pot shot at the Scorpius. It didn't penetrate the armor. Corax did with Assault. He mulched it. And then my my other Rhino in the Mordathan, the Rhino shot at the Telamon and I glanced it and did a whole point, and the Mordathan shot at the Devastators. The plasma gun overheated, didn't die, and the bolter also missed. So they've missed all of their shots so far this game. The good news is, for the last little bit, both my squads that were fleeing, so this Plasma Support Squad, my Mordathan in the corner, they both rallied. So I definitely have more on the table, but he has all of his reserves coming in, and we'll see at the end of Imperial Fist turn 2.
Imperial Fist turn 2. My reserves of my 10-man tactical squad and my Terminators came in. I deep struck within 6 inches of my Nuncio Vox that Clarence was gracious enough to blow up my Dreadclaw for to allow that for me. So I guess we'll start there. Sigismund went in and cut down all 3 bikes by himself. So he did his job. There's still like 15 guys, so we'll see if we can get through that next. There's many bodies to go through.
Soon.
The Terminators, after they deep struck, they shot into the pinned Raven Guard because they went to ground. One of my guys died. It was my sergeant. Oops. So they removed 6 guys there. 2 played the game of the wrap. So I wrapped after shooting bolt pistols and stuff, and I fired off his combi Melta for giggles. I'm very tired. I wrapped around his Rhino. He couldn't emergency disembark, so the squad is dead. There was 7 guys in there? 8?
There was 7.
7? So I killed 7. I'm sure my squad was still more expensive than his, though. The Telamon.
Really?
The Telamon totally crapped, just shit the bed.
He killed a dude.
He overheated himself on his plasma. He killed 2 guys. His Hammer of Wrath did nothing because I failed to wound. I punched 1 guy into the ground.
But he's dead though.
Yeah, he's dead, but that sucked. And I totally have misplayed this unit all game. I shot into the Damocles, and once again Clarence made his 5th consecutive 4-up on that now, which is kind of getting ridiculous.
The first ones were 3-ups.
Whatever, it still sucks.
Yeah.
That's turn 2.
Raven Guard turn 3. First things first, I withdrew Corax into ongoing reserves. Whoosh. Yeah, he's off the board. So he'll be coming back this turn my turn because he's on ongoing, he has to. Starting over here. I moved my Mordathan and my Rhino, both of them. The Mordathan, they rolled a 6 for their difficulty because they were like right on the edge, they were able to hop up. And they gunned on down the Devastators there, their plasma guns. It's pretty brutal, also pretty cool. So they did a good job. The Rhino, on the other hand, missed the multi-melta shot at the tacticals again. Back here, the squad that had rallied last turn moved around the edge of the podos, trying to like run away from the fucking Telamon. And they helped rain some fire down on the Terminators. Actually, he saved his invul, but they tried to do things. So did the pods. They all tried to shoot at the Terminators. They didn't do anything. What did do things was the tactical squad, and they just moved up a bit, rapid fired with a couple on the Terminators and killed 2 of them, so that was pretty good. So there's only 2 Terminators left, but there is Sigismund and crew, and I have a pinned unit that tried to snap shoot at them. Oh, and the Damocles also tried to snap or normal shoot the Terminators, and it didn't do anything either. So like, it's kind of getting down to it. Matt doesn't have too many things left, but they're really scary. And I only have a couple of things left too. So we'll see how his turn 3 goes.
Imperial Fist turn 3. The Telemalon shot into the Plasma Support Squad, wiped them out. My Tactical Squad just moved up for now. They didn't have anything to shoot. I probably should have ran them.
That's a good point.
But what can you do?
What did you learn?
Terminators charged this Damocles and destroyed it. The cowardly Raven Guard guy, who's got nothing but a chameleon line, jumped out the other side. Plasma Support Squad came down within 6 inches of my Vox, fired into the Tactical Squad. They passed their squad. They passed. I did lose 1 guy due to overheat, but I killed 4 guys? 4. Oh wow, that seems a lot less than I thought it was.
Yeah.
4 guys. Wow, that was really bad. Yeah. And Sigismund charged into the other 4 guys, and once again single-handedly cut down all of them.
He's good with a sword.
He's pretty good with the sword. So that's the end of Imperial Fist turn 3. We don't have any idea how this game's going to go, so we'll see how turn 4 goes.
Raven Guard turn 4. Start down here. Corax came in from reserves and ongoing, I should say, and charged in and with her Fear of the Flanks. And Archaeotech pistoled 1 wound off the champion and Lightning Clawed 1 wound off Sigismund. I had to use the -1 to be hit on my opponents since there's a lot of DPS coming my way, so I only took 1 in return. My Tactical Squad had stayed still to Fury the Legion on Sigismund's unit. They put out like 9 wounds total, but he passed them all, so it was kind of disappointing, but good on Matt. My champion threw a crack grenade, passed the save. I've been shooting with the combi bolters, we haven't been doing anything. This drove up this away to be annoying. And I shot in the rear of the Telmon to no effect with the Mordathan. And that has been my turn 4. And we'll see you guys at the end of Imperial Fist turn 4.
Imperial Fist turn 4. Start over here. Telemalon shot into the Mordathan. I killed 3. Clarence went to ground for his 2-up cover. So they're pinned for now, which is fine. Alexis Pollux decided to split off from his squad. I wanted to see if I could punch a rhino. Saying mean things to me. I failed my charge. The Imperial Fist Tactical Squad rapid fired into the Centurion that was there. Clarence failed his armor saves. Sigismund lost in the challenge to Corax. He only had 2 wounds left, and let's be honest, he wasn't going to beat him anyway. We all knew that. I didn't cause any wounds in return. I did charge the Terminators in there, but apparently Corax can double stack his -1, which I didn't know about. So I was hitting on 6s for everything.
Failed their fear test for the
They
Terminators.
failed their fear test too, but either way. So everything was hitting on 6s except for Sigismund. Well, until he died. Anyway, I didn't cause anything. And the Plasma Support Squad fired into the Tactical Squad, killed 5 of them again. Yeah. So that 1 guy's left. He can't shoot because he Furied of the Legion. And Corax decided to hit and run out. He got 9. So it's a pretty goddamn close game. So we'll see at the end of Raven Guard turn 5.
Raven Guard turn 5. Start shooting that corner. They didn't do anything. And then followed on to the pods. They all tried to shoot at Terminators. Nothing. Corax and the Rhino with the Multi-Melta killed like 6 dudes between them, and they fled Corax and he caught them down.
And he's on the objective?
He's standing on the objective. And moving down over here, my last remaining guy, right around the corner, can't be targeted because they can't see him. Right, can't charge him because they can't see him. And they won't be able to score, but they will be able to contest. Right. And that's end of Raven Guard turn 5.
Imperial Fist / Custodes turn 5.
And the game.
And the game, yep. So we'll start here. My Telemalon did not overheat and incinerated the last 2 Mordathan with his Sastus. Alexis Pollux charged the Rhino. Falcon punched it and immobilized it.
Felt good.
My Terminators continue to flee. My Plasma Support Squad, if I got incredibly lucky, I could have killed Corax, but I only put a wound on him. My shooting for them has been bad. And then I could actually see with one guy, I took a bolt pistol shot. I hit, but I did not wound. So that objective is contested. Corax cannot claim, thank God. Neither can drop pods. So Clarence has Slay the Warlord for killing Sigismund. I got first blood, and I also got line breaker because my guys are within 12. So it's an Imperial Fist minor victory at 2-1, and we'll see you in our post-game show.
Sending it to
Perfect.
26. Using their welcome to the outside show. It's also post-game. You definitely skip through it. You get to see you're rewarded with a stunning new vista.
It's the end of the world.
Yeah.
We summoned the dragon.
I needed nicotine, so.
Yeah, we're doing a goodie but a quickie. Matt, what's your MVP of the game?
My dice.
Your dice. Okay.
I agree.
My dice.
Survive the Mordathan.
Yeah, after the Custodes surviving Mordathan for that first round was pretty sweet.
That was actually
guys.
sick.
Yeah,
That
the
was really
plasma
sick.
guys.
I
think Sigismund.
Sigismund definitely.
Sigismund.
In all realistic.
Honestly, the plasma support squad did good. The sergeant gunning it down to with his bolter,
yeah,
like
Imperial Fist fashion right there.
Yeah. Was your fail?
The Scorpius didn't really do much.
Scorpius didn't do too much.
Scorpius of the pod.
Oh,
Pod's sort of iffy because it got you there.
Yeah, I keep misplaying the pod. I don't think
I don't think you misplayed it. Like, it got you there.
It got
you where you wanted to be. You're near objective.
I haven't played in like 6 months now.
You played okay, actually. You were correcting Cleary on things, so that was good.
Yeah, it's only because he plays 8th.
AOS. The AOS was throwing me off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Your MVP?
So my MVP is going to be Corax.
Yeah.
Usually when I use Corax, I kind of fuck up with him, and he gets gunned down. That being said, Matt didn't have a ton of AP2 shooting to do that with.
I had to prioritize.
Yeah, and he went for
Plus overheat, say it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had to prioritize for his troops.
But anyway, Corax was able to fuck up the Scorpius. He killed Sigismund. He killed the tactical squad. He did the maximum I could have done with him, I think, in this game. Well, I fucked up with my hit and run thing, but other than that, like, yeah, literally the most I could have got, like, an extra hammer of wrath and some archaeotech shots.
I love the play where you killed the Scorpius, then went off in the reserves and came back where all my shit was. It's like, fuck.
That was kind of awesome.
Yeah,
That was
cool.
definitely playing them as a strength.
My epic fail had to be the Mordathan squad in the Rhino.
Oh, no.
Not only did
Matt learns quick, eh? Matt learns quick.
No.
Wasn't
Not
bad.
only turn 1. Both my plasma guns overheated and died in the Rhino.
That's true,
And turn 2,
Another one.
it missed and overheated again, and then the bolter missed their BS5 as well.
Cleary's going Melta!
And then they got sort of ganged up and like exploded and died there.
that.
So that's the epic fail. Even the Dreadnought like had to be charged at least. Those guys sucked completely, and that's my unfortunate epic fail there.
Thoughts on the game, 2 minutes or less, Matt.
It's definitely one of the closer ones we've had for a while.
I think
that's the first game we've played each other where neither of us has actually scored an objective.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I think you're correct on that front. Yeah, for sure.
So we were both biting our nails, and we were just thinking, it was the end of turn 4, and we're like, I don't even know what the score is.
Yeah.
So that was really good. Definitely gonna have more.
Nathan.
Yeah. Not anytime soon. I got more fists to come now that I actually have an army worth.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, so you guys definitely will be seeing more. Support our Patreon page.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Clarence, 2 minutes or less, thoughts on the game.
It was a really close game. I wish I hadn't gotten greedy and tried to like shoot the Telmon in the back with the Mordathan, because at that point, like,
You're hoping for good involves on your part.
I was hoping like I could like gun it down.
We had 2 whole points.
exactly.
Like it had 2, but like at the same time, if I just moved to the back edge, she would have had to move like all the way fucking around to shoot them, and like he didn't have the movement, and I would have gotten a line breaker. So like that's totally on me there, and that's what happens. So
It's true.
everything. Oh, and the bikers. I could have played the bikers better. I really wanted like a nice like total encirclement, and then
Yeah, that was your charge distance.
then,
That was really it, right?
Again, if he'd had like more dudes in the pod, like, actually, I think I got too greedy with that. I should have just shot the pod with the multi-meltas or combi meltas and stuff, and then shot the dudes inside with the plasma guns. But I got greedy for this 5th I'd play. If there was 10 guys inside, like, that would have been the value, but instead there's
Still like
6.
4.5.
Yeah.
Almost 500 point squad.
Yeah.
First time using Sigismund. Definitely one of my favorite characters.
Yep.
I actually had a lot of fun with him. I mentioned at the beginning him cutting things down and single-handedly cutting down a bike squad and like 15 or so Marines was great.
Feels good.
It does. It makes me happy.
Yeah, so I had fun.
Okay. Real quick thoughts on Kill Team or whatever.
Kill Team, well, we're getting it tomorrow.
New terrain, hey.
Yeah, new terrain for us. Possible Kill Team games being able to be watched on our Patreon channel for our early backers. No, just for hopefully it won't be quite a recreation of our 8th Ed videos, but in that they stopped abruptly. But
we hope you have as many views though.
Yeah,
give us 3,000 views, please. Yeah.
But yeah, no. We definitely want to give it a shot. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Hopefully it doesn't rely on the campaign shit too much. Like, not that campaigns are bad, but like
time restraints.
We'd like some.
The match play seems sort of reliant-ish on making a roster, which is semi-confusing. We'll see.
But
we'll be doing some AOS for you guys soon.
Yep.
As well, hopefully.
Trees.
I hate fucking soaking up trees.
Trees.
Spoiler alert from a game that we had like last week. Archaon took 15 wounds to trees.
And he got clawed.
And then he got clawed by a tree.
Alrighty. I think that's it for now.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Like, subscribe, and whatever the fuck.
Someone give me a Patreon joke.
Direct deposit to my bank account.
My
Don't
pants.
give them any.
Oh, Clary's gonna sell us custodes, so you should buy them locally or on
After I
eBay.
pick an item or two.
They're all genuine forge rolled. It's good. And they're golden.
I think we're digging now.
Good night.
Bye.
What a world! What a world!
Yeah, that was the other thing with that game.
Gods of war, may your hammer be mighty.